Welcome back. Many Zimbabweans are finding it increasingly difficult to live in a country where widespread cash shortages, high unemployment and delays in public sector salaries continue. Zimbabwe's economy is flatlining while the budget deficit is ballooning, pointing to a worsening of financial difficulties.
Making ends meet has become a daunting task for Messiah Mapanguri in recent years. The former civil servant who lives in Harare, Zimbabwe, says life has become too expensive in the country and that there just isn't enough money coming in to help pay the bills.
Zimbabwe used to be known as the breadbasket of Africa. So for somebody feeding a family of 4, like in my case, it's very difficult, you know, to have 2 meals, 3 meals. It's a luxury one can afford. So people feel so much let down, so much betrayed. I think something has to be done sooner or later.
Zimbabwe's economy is slowing while the budget deficit is ballooning. The finance minister, Patrick Tinamasa, reported last week, pointing to a worsening of financial difficulties. He also cut his growth forecast for this year to just 1.2% from 1.4%. Between January and June, Zimbabwe spent 96.8% of its revenue on government employee salaries, although Robert Mugabe's cabinet has agreed to slash the wage bill by $118 million by the end of this year. Such cuts, alongside other economic reforms, are part of demands by international lenders before resuming any financial support to Harare.
The government of Zimbabwe is spending up to 97% of its revenue on the wage bill. That leaves 3% for, capital projects and investment into infrastructure and other sectors of the economy, which are crucial for economic growth. So there is absolutely no option. There is a very urgent need to reform the civil service, to reduce government expenditure, and to allow for spending on infrastructure as a source of economic growth.
The government says the budget deficit was on track to top $1 billion this year, more than 6 times the initial projection, as tax and mineral revenues dropped and public sector spending snowballed.
The Zimbabwean economy is slowly sliding into recession. I think the honeymoon that we saw between 2009 and 2012 is over. After 2012, the economy flatlined, but as we speak, there is a real risk that we are sliding into recession. The government has projected a 1.2% GDP growth in 2016.
Widespread cash shortages, unemployment above 80% and delays in payment of public sector salaries are already stoking rare protests against President Mugabe.
And that's it on Network Africa today. Thank you so much for watching. I am Bisi Adebayo.